Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT, and welcome back to another episode of the Cleveland Browns Madden 18 Connected Franchise Series. If you're extremely confused on what this is and why we're at the moment in time that we're currently at, I will leave a link to the full playlist in the description box below, which we just started yesterday. There's always going to be a link to the full playlist in the description box of every single episode of this series. And if you want a full explanation of why we are where we are and why we're using the Browns, go check out the first episode of this series. But for the majority, you guys really did seem like you enjoyed this idea and are excited for this series, and I'm glad you are. So if you are, let me know by dropping a like, and if we can hit 2,000 likes by tonight on this episode, tomorrow I will come out with the NFL Draft episode, which is going to be following this episode after the NFL free agency. So once again, guys, thank you so much for the support on episode number 1. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't, so you do not miss any uploads of this series. And keep in mind, I am taking screenshots from the top rated comments from the first 3 episodes to implement into the first trading episode, which will be 2 episodes from now. The episode after the NFL Draft, which will be tomorrow if this does hit 2,000 likes by tonight. But with that said, boys, let's start the 2018 NFL free agency. Now, we do have $43 million to spend in today's episode. We're probably not going to spend all of it, and honest to God, we're probably not going to go after any huge free agents because most of you didn't really suggest that many free agents. You said, for the most part, we're just going to go after free agents kind of like LeGarrette Blount, the ones that don't have any bids. And for the most part, what we're going to do is offer the bare minimum. And what might happen is we're probably going to get some half-decent players for super cheap, but we might get only 30% of them because not all of them will accept the bare minimum offer, but it's worth trying. I'm literally going to try as many as I possibly can. Some people said that I should get Drew Brees, but the majority said that I probably should go after a quarterback with the number 1 overall draft pick in next episode, so that is what we're probably going to do. So no Drew Brees because he's probably going to cost a ridiculous amount of money, and it's only going to be a 1-year offer, so I really don't think it's worth it. That was like a $20 million cap hit, and we can get a rookie that will end up being better than 90 overall more than likely, unless I draft an absolute pelican. So with that said, I'm going to do what I said that I'm going to do. I'm going to try to pick free agents like this. Jerick McKinnon, he has no bids. So what we're going to do is, you might think it's cheesy, but they don't have to accept the offer. So like I said, what we're going to do for a lot of these free agents is we're going to offer the bare minimum possible, which is $550K. And I'm not even sure if we have to add a sign-on bonus. And if we do, I'm going to do the bare minimum. We might actually can go down to 0 for every single one of them. And we are. So the salary, why'd the salary bump up? The salary is going to be the bare minimum, $550K. So that's what we're going to offer a lot of these free agents. And as you see, the top bid, that counts as 28 points. Now, that's extremely low. These guys have 119 points to be able to be number 1 in terms of signing this guy. But if nobody else offers them, there's a chance that they could accept the offer. And if we can get a guy like Jerick McKinnon for $550,000 a year, that would be awesome. And a lot of you had the same idea that I do. Even if we only get 5-6 players by doing this, even if I offer 20, we can use all those players, even if they don't start for us, in trades. So that, we got the whole point about this. You guys want to see as many trades as possible, and that's why we're starting this in season number 2, so we can get a lot of different players. But some players might be hard to get, but we can get them. So we need every bit of trade bait possible. So that's basically what this free agency is for. So also, I did see a lot of people said they did want to see Trey Burton. Now I'm gonna do the same thing for Trey Burton as I did for everybody else. I offer him the bare minimum and offer him a 100K sign-on bonus, because I want to keep as much cap room as possible, because some players that you guys ask me to trade for sometimes, their cap hit is extremely high, and if we only have 40 million, I might be only able to get a couple players. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Now, Sam Bradford is going to cost way too much as well. Somebody, I didn't really see him even suggested in the comments, and he's still out for 19 weeks. So Doug Martin, should I go after him? You know what? Might go after him as well. Or instead of Doug Martin, we'll go after Theo Reddick, because more than likely, I'm telling you guys, maybe 1 out of every 5 players sign when you give them this offer, but it's worth the shot. And if anything, we could end up trading, even a Theo Reddick, we could end up trading him for maybe a 2nd-round draft pick, which could really help us out in a future trade. So once again, going to offer him, god dang, it's pretty freaking annoying. Okay, just stay there. 650K, that's fine with me. We'll give him a we'll give him like a 10K sign-on bonus over 4 years for Theo Reddick. Now moving along, who else? We're going to do this for a lot of players, boys. Teddy Bridgewater, he'd be cool to get. Look who's the #1 top bid for Teddy Bridgewater. The Dallas Cowboys. That is interesting. Luke Wilson, just in case, just so we can get one of the tight ends, either Trey Burton or Luke Wilson. He's very fast, 87 speed. I remember him from, I think we got him in a previous Connected Franchise series. I just remember him being a very, very fast, one of the fastest tight ends in the NFL. And once again, going to offer him a bare minimum sign-up bonus of like 100K or 70K. It's just kind of annoying that it takes so long to get there. 0K as a sign-up bonus, fine with me. There's so many free agents that are like running backs and tight ends. I'm not even really going to worry about a lot of them. But guys like Eric Reed would be nice to get, but we can get a better guy through trades. Matt Forte, he's old. Rex Burkhead, he's I think actually was a free agent going into this. This guy, Nickel Roby-Coleman, he might be somebody I'd like to go after, but he's only a 70 now. We can get better cornerbacks. We still have Jason McCourty and Buddy Calhoun, so we can probably trade for better cornerbacks. This guy would be nice to get as well. The Cowboys looking to spend on a lot of free agents. Kyle Williams, yeah, nah, he's old. He probably wouldn't even have any like trade value since he's 35. Same thing with him, he's 32. Josh McCown, he's not worth $5 million. You know what? Just for the sake of offering, because with him being 79, although he is 35 or 39 years old, god dang, I didn't realize he was that freaking old. He has to be one of the oldest quarterbacks still in the NFL. Anyways, once again, going to offer him the bare minimum in terms of salary and going to offer him a 0. Because like if we can get him, there's got to be one team out there since he is a 79 overall that would be interested in him. So we might actually be able to get like a first-round draft pick for Josh McCown, but that's if he signs. This could be a mistake, but I've done this like in previous like just offline career modes by myself, and I've done this very thing where like I've tried to sign a ton of players, and it did take a lot of offers to get like just like 3 or 4 to sign, but it is worth sending out the offers just in case some of them sign. More than likely, a lot of them will decline, but I think you guys get what I'm coming at. Aaron Lynch, this is a good one. He's 25 years old, and he's a 79 overall, so he would develop probably into a 80-plus overall player. No offers for him, but keep in mind this is week 1, so some of the players might get offers after this, but I'm going to keep on sending out the offers to as many players as possible to get as many players to sign as possible. So with that said, we'll give him the same offer we're giving everybody else. David Amerson, dude, he could be a nice one. He's somebody I highlighted in the last episode. He wants like $13 million over 3 years, but once again, if I can get him, what happened to him, guys? If you're a Raiders fan, like didn't he win the Thorpe Award like coming out of college? And he was drafted in the first round. I don't even think he's done that well in the NFL, but let me know about that. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, another guy you guys wanted me to go after, and he's somebody, I don't know, man. With him being so old, even if we sign him, nobody will probably be interested in him, but I guess it's worth just signing him. And if anything, we can just trade him for maybe like a 5th round draft pick. So we'll just go ahead and offer that. He wants a 1-year deal. Haloti Ngata, nobody would be interested in the 34-year-old. Keep on going down. Quentin Coples, I think he was already a free agent, so no point trying to get him. Steve McClendon, he's 32, no point trying to get him either. Thomas Rawls, this is an interesting one. You know what? Just in case one of the first 2 running backs we offered does not sign, we'll go after a man named Thomas. I just wish you could like just click a button to set it at 0, so just screw it. We'll give him 240K because I don't feel like going down to 0. We have a right guard, he's 29, no point going after him. Bryce Butler, he's a man. He's a man, either him or Brandon LaFell. Brandon LaFell's 31? I didn't realize that. So we'll go after Bryce Butler and see if we can get him on the cheap. If anything, if you guys don't like these players or if we get better wide receivers through trades, once again, I'm sure there's at least one team out there that is interested in him that needs a wide receiver. So we can get him, that's like a free player or a free 2nd or 3rd or maybe even a 1st round draft pick for Bryce Butler. And every single offer that we do send out there is worth it. Even if only 1 or 2 of these players signed that we're offering contracts to, like that would be worth it because getting him for literally nothing whatsoever. So Danny Amendola, he's 32, no point trying to get him. Just trying to get players that's like pretty much under 28, that's over like a 75 overall. Eddie Lacy, I did see people also want me to try to get Eddie Lacy, and like I said, you guys had the same exact idea as I did. A lot of you, when you were suggesting players for me to sign, were like, sign this guy for trade bait, and I completely agree with that because we need every bit of trade bait possible. So we might have pretty much already got every player. Kyle Fuller. Is this Kyle or Kendall? I know there's brothers. I think this is Kyle. Kyle, I would actually like to have because he's an absolute baller. I loved watching him play at Virginia Tech, and if we can get him for $550K when he wants like $5 million a year, I would take it. Paul Posluszny, Mark Barron would be nice, man, but he's 77. He's 28 years old. We'll just chill on him. Jeremiah Atachu. Jay Cutler's another one. Like, if we can get him, his confidence is 40, impacting his overall. He's actually not been doing too shabby for the Miami Dolphins in real life, but once again, man, if we offer these contracts and can get one of either Josh McCown or Jay Cutler, it'd be worth it because we probably can get a second-round draft pick out of one of these quarterbacks, although they are getting up there in age, especially Josh McCown. So we'll just offer him this. This is going to make me look like an idiot if we offer all these deals and not even one of them accept. But since this guy is 25 and he has no offers, we'll go ahead and offer him something as well. What if like all these players sign? That's like a full like God team we could create. If we get like 5 players signed, I'm going to be a happy man. I'm going to be a happy man. He's 76 overall, 27 years old. He's out for 19 weeks though, so screw that. There's a punter. We don't need a punter. Anybody else? Michael Johnson, Orlando Scandrick. There's probably nobody going to be interested in him either. Rashid Hageman, Stephen Pea, Sebastian Vollmer. Really, that's pretty much. I mean, this is a kicker. Zane Gonzalez is 69 overall. I mean, screw it. There's no point. Now let me go through, see if there's anybody else position-wise I'm interested in. AJ McCarron has an offer from the Saints, so he looks like he might replace Drew Brees. Brock Osweiler, Nick Foles. I'm not interested in any of these quarterbacks. We let Kevin Hogan walk, but I really don't think I'm interested in any of these guys. Maybe Brock Osweiler, maybe somebody would want him, so maybe just to make sure we get one of those 3 quarterbacks, I will offer something for Brock Osweiler and just give him the bare minimum possible, and hopefully just one of those quarterbacks will sign, because I'm sure there's some team out there that would want one of these guys. So with that said, how about wide receiver? Wait a minute, Terrell Pryor and Cordero Patterson. You know what? I'll offer deals on both of these guys, because I know Cordero Patterson is a fan favorite, especially coming over from the Vikings Connected Franchise Series, although he's not with the Vikings anymore, is he? I don't know. But anyways, I know he was a fan favorite in years past, and a lot of people wanted me to trade for him, and so if I can get him for the bare minimum out of free agency, I would not be complaining. And also, a lot of people love Terrell Pryor, and we could possibly be bringing him back to Cleveland. So once again, going to offer him the bare minimum offer. So guys, we're going to have like 20 offers on the table, and we might not have anybody accept because that's like absolutely disgusting what we're trying to do. But it's part of the game. So offensive lineman, I don't think we even offered any offensive lineman out there. Jones, he's a 26-year-old, which means somebody might want one of these guys. So once again, let's offer them their bare minimum, and they would take they'll already take like a super low contract, so that might make it a lot more easy for them to sign with us for that cheap offer. So Cameron Fleming, another guy I will offer, because with him being 75 overall and them being like in their mid-20s, like you can get something in return for trades. And if like this works like to perfection on how I'm thinking it's gonna work, guys, we're gonna get some massive trades happening in this series. We're gonna completely turn around the Cleveland Browns organization, going from 1-31 in 2 years. Is that what they did? What they're probably gonna do record-wise in 2 years? 1-15 to 0-16 the next year to Super Bowl champions, boys. We're gonna do it, and it's gonna take a lot of finessing, but we're gonna make it happen. So I think, man, we've pretty much done everything we can do. Maybe another middle linebacker out there that's kind of young. Sean Spence. I know a lot of people do like this guy. So do we offer one more? Christian Jones and Sean Spence we will offer, and I think that'll be it. Sean Spence will be like the same overall that I think Joe Schobert is, who's a middle linebacker that we currently have. So if he signs, I mean, he could start for us if we don't get a middle linebacker right off the bat, because this Browns team, I mean, it has some good players, but like half these free agents that we're signing, even though they're pretty crappy for the most part, would probably honestly start for us. Christian Jones, another pretty athletic linebacker that would be nice to sign to the team, or at least trade him away, because you get a lot of teams that do want linebackers that are like over 70 overall, even if they're not really good. And so pretty much if we get one of these guys to sign, that might be a free first-round draft pick. So with that said, boys, we've made enough offers. So what we will do is advance into stage 2 and see if any of those guys sign right off the bat. Oh my God, we got a couple players to sign. DRC, Terrell Pryor, and Brock Osweiler. Okay, I lied. We only got 3. But hey, that's 3 players that we got for the absolute bare minimum that we would not have got otherwise. So I'm not sure if anybody else will accept, but right there, that's a win. How do we only have 29 million left in cap? Or maybe that's because all the other offers that we have out on the table. Maybe that's what it is. So if we go to my negotiation, let's see who we are leading for. So we're not going to get LeGarrette Blount. We might get Jerick McKinnon. Theo Reddick, he's not going to be coming to us. He's going to our former team, the Vikings. Trey Burton, that's not going to be a thing. We might get Luke Wilson. We might get Josh McCown. Aaron Lynch is not going to be coming here. Thomas Rawls, potentially. Yeah, David Amerson is all of a sudden got a ton of deals. Kyle Fuller, unfortunately, is not going to be coming here. Eddie Lacy, potentially. Bryce Butler's not going to be. Jay Cutler, maybe. So we might actually get a couple of these players. And if we only get like 3 or 4 more, I think that'd be worth it. I'm kind of really disappointed about like David Amerson and Kyle Fuller. Or I really wanted like one of those guys. But, I mean, we still potentially could get some talent for absolutely nothing. So with that, I guess there's nothing else we can do. Go ahead and advance straight into stage 3. Man, this is a lot of talking. We just sit back, relax, and sip some water. So we did have a couple offers rejected. Jones rejected, LeGarrette Blount rejected. But look at the players that we did have accept. Christian Jones, Luke Wilson, 2 guys rejected. A lot of guys rejected. A lot of guys rejected. A lot of guys rejected. Thomas Rawls accepted. So we did end up like signing 5 guys. We might still have some offers out on the table. And let me go. I think this is we still have 37 million available. We've already signed like 5 guys. So let me see what negotiations still have going on. He rejected. We still might get Josh McCown. Still might get Eddie Lacy. Still might get Jay Cutler. And still might get Cordell Patterson. And signing so far, we've made 6 signings for literally nothing. The bare minimum, $500,000 a week. And I accidentally offered Thomas Rawls a bonus, but I mean, that's still good. And with that said, I might actually go through really quick and offer the bare minimum for some more players, but there's no point in showing you guys, so I'll probably go do this off camera and show you if they do accept. So I did go out and put some more offers before you advance into the last week of free agency. So the guys I did go after, I think I went after Danny Amendola. I did offer him because why not? It'd be nice, you know, to bring in an extra wide receiver if we had to. I offered this guy, Putassi, 24 years old, 74 overall, so he does have some value. That's why I offered him a contract. Deion Jordan, because this dude, good story. I mean, he was a former, like, number 3 overall draft pick, and he ended up being a bust, but maybe bringing him to Cleveland could revitalize his career for pretty much nothing, a $40K bonus, and he's 76 years old, so maybe you could just trade him on somewhere. Right in, I think I offered a couple linebackers, maybe, just kidding. Ross Cockrell, I did offer him because he's 74 years old, still kind of young at 27 years old, maybe somebody wants him. Free safety, offered Calvin Pryor, a former Brown player. I think he got cut off the Jets, the Browns signed him, then ended up releasing him. So if you get released from the Browns, usually not good, but bringing him back because he's already a higher overall than Jabril Peppers, who obviously is not doing too well at a 70 overall. Strong safety, this guy, T. Wilson Sr., because he's 28 years old, he's almost as good as Kindred, so, you know, why not sign him as well? And I think that's all I did. Now, with that said, what we are going to do is I do want to show you who signed where, and Drew Brees signed with the New York Jets. That's wild. So, Drew Brees is a Jet. He signed, I don't think we can see how much he signed for, but that had to be probably a lot of money. LeGarrette Blount went to the Redskins. Spencer Ware also to the Jets, so the Jets splashing out the cash. William Hayes to the Miami Dolphins. Cameron Brate to the Arizona Cardinals. Theo Reddick to the Minnesota Vikings. Trey Burton to the Jags. Brandon Oliver to the Buffalo Bills. Just kind of an underwhelming class. Sam Bradford to the Bears. So he's probably going to start over the rookie or the young number 1 overall draft pick, Mitch Trubisky, which kind of would hurt his development. Jeremy Hill to the Giants. Corey Moore to the Miami Dolphins. Teddy Bridgewater to the Cowboys. Why? I don't know. Probably he's going to start behind Dak, and he probably signed for like $8 million a year. That's a waste of money. Hyder Jr. went to the Bucks. Avery Williamson to the Redskins. Jaquez Rogers also to the Bucks. Eric Reed to the Cowboys. So the Cowboys sent in a couple players. Crockett Gilmore to the Buffalo Bills. And there's really nobody else like too overwhelming. Another player signed to the Cowboys. Barkevius Mingo to the Giants. Aaron Lynch to the Panthers and bad Panthers. I wanted him. Another player to the Giants. David Amerson, a player that we did want. Jarvis Jones to the Bills. Quentin Dunbar to the Cards. And Mark Barron to the Cowboys. The Cowboys signed a lot of players that I would like to have on my team. Another player I wanted, the Jets stealing freaking Kyle Fuller. And that's pretty much everybody that I did want to go over. AJ McCarron is going to be taking over for Drew Brees in New Orleans, so that's interesting. But with that, that's pretty much everybody you guys probably wanted to see where they ended up. So with that said, I think that's all that's left to do is advance into the next week and see what other free agents we do get. So we are going to advance. I mean, if we just get like 2 of the players that just offered, I'd be happy, and we get a couple of them. So we get Wilson, Calvin Pryor, and Ross Cockrell. And I think there's one more week, or maybe that's it. So I think we do end up signing like 8 or 9 free agents for nothing. For nothing. And that's just going to like help us trade for other players, and that's just awesome. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I think that was a very, very, very successful free agency for the Cleveland Browns. Completely finessing. And that's what we do on the channel. We're all about finessing, and that's what we do. We have a couple players returning from injury. And let's view the free agency recap to completely go over who we did sign. So we signed Luke Wilson, Thomas Rawls, DRC, Wilson Sr., Brock Osweiler, Ross Cockrell, Christian Jones, Terrell Pryor, and Calvin Pryor. That's 9 players we did sign. That's going to help us out for either depth, or we can trade them away and get a draft pick, or help us out in a deal. So I think that actually went pretty freaking well. In signing wise, there's still a bunch of running backs. Maybe I didn't have to sign a running back. Maybe I should have signed these guys because like now they're going to cost a couple million in free agency, so maybe that was a fail. Doug Martin, I mean, an 82 overall running back would have been nice, but I'm still happy with what we did in free agency. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to drop a like. Like I said, guys, 2,000 likes by tonight, and the NFL draft episode will come out tomorrow. Be sure to be leaving your trade suggestions for this series in the comment section below to have a chance to be featured in this series. With that said, boys, that's going to do it from me. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. But I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.